everyone, we're here at the Riverwalk in Texas and we're heading on down. We're going to have a great adventure, so can't wait to take you with us. We're getting ready to go on the boat ride. This is something supposedly like Venice, where you go in the canal, so we'll take you with us. It looks like a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to it. We got some friends with us today, so lots of fun things going on. The Riverwalk is pretty awesome.
Everybody, the wait is over. Now we got long lines all week, spring break, beautiful weather. Last week,
that's spring break this week. I forgot that.
So appreciate all the patience with the lines. But welcome to my boat, Gloria Cruises.
All right, so we're off on our way.
For St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be dining again later today.
It's going to be fun.
And welcome to my wonderful hometown, San Antonio.
All right, so we have music going. We're heading under the first bridge.
5 bronze bells. See you? They stand for the 5 missions of San Antonio, the Alamo, the other 4. We'll be talking about them all throughout our journey. But for St. Patrick's Day weekend, we've had shows going on this stage all weekend long. So it's a tour. Come on by here if you like. Just right around the corner and have some fun. But when you go home, show the kids that wonderful good family movie, Big Kitchenality. Remember that? And you'll remember the beginning of the tour. There's about an hour in, you'll see her on the stage talking about world peace. You'll see those 5 bells. Remember they say for the 5 missions. You'll remember waving to people on the bridge, and that's where she was on there with Michael Caine. But then you'll also laugh. You'll remember how underneath the bridge, your boat captain Carl was too tall for that bridge. Yeah, just like that. All right. So as we head westward, let's begin things in earnest here. A little bit of history to start things off, to frame things historically. San Antonio in a few months turns 304 years old. We began with the founding of the first of those 5 missions, the future Alamo, on May 1st, 1718. 300 years later, just 4 years ago, we celebrate our tricentennial. Over here to my right is a good place you can take the kids to, the Briscoe Western Art Museum. During the 1700s, life in the missions. We had the Vaqueros, that's what this is right here, Spanish cowboy. And you can learn all about that in there. And they also see Pancho Villa's last known saddle. 1796, I love it this time of the day. The pretty green tile roof against the beautiful blue sky, and all native Texas granite and red sandstone. And as the sun dips behind this building, we can now look over here to my left at this neo-Gothic style building called the Tower of Life building. Look 1 floor up, you see pairs of ugly faces going all the way down. They're kind of gargoyle, called grotesque. If you look way up top, we're at the base of the building, there's these top tiers, and there's other gargoyles sticking out the sides. As you walk around in downtown, you'll find a lot of buildings like that, because that was the most common building style here 100 years ago in the 1920s, with the gargoyles, the tall pointed spires, the ornate decorated elements. In fact, if you go to the Alamo, to the left of the Alamo is the Emily Morgan Hotel from 1926, with the gargoyles also. And as we come out of this bridge, get ready with your cameras to turn around behind me to get a very different view of the tallest 8-sided tower in the country. Well, we have the sun right in the way.
Wow.
So if you wait for the sun to get behind that building, then you can get a good picture. Right now it is kind of in the way.
It's a big place.
But maybe you do it not on the boat, maybe later on as you walk around, because it's a very recognizable building, one of the tallest in the city. Over here to my right, this 3-story building when I was a kid was the main public library. But then after college, when I was living overseas, working for the Army in '98, got converted to what it is now, the International Center. That has one of our marinas down here. See some boats in there. Can't remember Nick's Hospital. We opened up late 1930, a decade before we built the Riverwalk.
It used to be a Catholic school for boys.
The legendary comedian Cheryl was born right there. Next month she turns 89, native San Antonio. And we've had many medical firsts take place right here in the Nick's Hospital in downtown San Antonio. So it was a sad day indeed when they announced 2.5 years ago they'd be closing permanently, but we've decided now to turn it into a hotel sometime in the near future. Speaking of hotels, right in front of the boat is the Hyatt Regency Riverwalk Hotel. On the other side of the Hyatt is the Alamo. Raise your hand if you've been to the Alamo. Just a few. Raise your hand if you've not been to the Alamo. to be everybody else. All right, cool. You're all still with me. All right, so this is a beautiful day to go to the Alamo. And with this, 80 square feet, pretty big. You press a button, you hear Davy Crockett. Come over here, Santa Ana, William Travis, Jim Bowie, and all that. And it gives a really good perspective of what it looked like that fateful morning, the final day of the battle. And do we have any military folks on board?
No.
You're in the Navy? Got you here and over here. Yeah, all these restaurants we call Restaurant Row. I'd simply call my kitchen. A lot of different types of restaurants to choose from. Not just the ubiquitous Tex-Mex and Mexican and barbecue, steakhouse. We also have Italian, British, Irish, German. When we head over to the mall, we got Brazilian. A lot of different options here. But if you look up high in the sky, see where it says Hilton, the other H Hotel. And the Hyatt behind us in front of the Alamo, there's the Hilton Palacio del Rio Palace on the river. That's where we began, so we're coming near the end of our clockwise loop. But never fear, not the end of our journey. We got one more leg to do, so remember we have another dock. We'll go by over the mall. This restaurant is Casa Rio, and a very family-oriented restaurant. The very first restaurant opened on the Riverwalk, 1946. They already have a long line waiting for the prime spots. But just past Casa Rio at the dock, so it's the closest one to when we get out the boat. There's going to be a bit of a line. They opened up in 1946. Alfred Bayer opened it, a German guy. And over 75 years later, 4 generations, same German family, to run this most popular Tex-Mex restaurant here. I like to think that is some good diversity, San Antonio style. So, let me tell you the story about the Hilton right here, the Hilton Palacio del Rio. We're going to go back to the World's Fair I told you about that a little bit ago. Now I can tell you about the 1968 World's Fair held here to commemorate the 250th anniversary of San Antonio as a city. Well, we held the fair in the southeast part of downtown that's about a quarter mile up ahead, east of here. So the Riverwalk was over here. So we said, let's bring the Riverwalk to the fair. So we dug 4 or 5 feet deep, let the water's coming in. There we go, all the way to the fairgrounds. Now, the hotel was built for the fair, but we didn't get started on it until quite late. We had very little time in which to build it, so we had to go very, very quickly. And we built it so fast, in fact, that the hotel was working around the clock in staggered shifts. And the hotel is now in Guinness World Records as the fastest hotel of its size ever built. 21 floors, almost 500 rooms, and we did the whole thing in just 202 days. Start to finish, less than 7 months. That's not even the most amazing part, guys. The story gets better as we go along. We soon learned we didn't have enough time to build the way we normally built things back then. You see, conventional building techniques just wouldn't cut it. So we came up with this very radical, revolutionary new way to build that never been done before. And it was so successful, it became quite commonplace today. You see, this was the first mass use of modular construction, where you build from the outside in. And the story still gets better. So building from the outside in, basically we learned we can go faster by putting everything inside the rooms first, and then putting the finished rooms in the building one at a time. We go backwards from what we're used to doing. But we didn't have enough room to do it here. So what did we do? We did the first 4 floors, the foundation, and then the rest of the hotel menu. Make reservations, like if you want to be up there, say at sunset, nice romantic dinner, done that before. Or just head on over there. There's a stop sign up ahead, which means it's not safe currently for the big boats to go out to the right. So you just walk about 5 minutes through there, over to the tower. You go through the outdoor part of the convention center. One more view of the tower on the top of that top house. That radio tower makes the entire structure 750 feet high, the tallest structure in the city. But back to the tallest boat catch in the city, because that's me, 6'5", and here comes a much lower bridge. This one tends to be the lowest out here. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. So here's our last loading dock underneath Commerce Street as we go into the mall. And it looks like this boat loading up is also the military design. Actually, fun fact, up to 5 designs. We have one with the military design and any of the others. As we head into the mall, that's where we turn around. We're going to be going around this curve here. We're going to a really cool lagoon that will take us around an island that can have a lot of concerts and festivals pre-pandemic. Last couple of years, not so much. But if you haven't been to the mall before, it's pretty cool. The only mall I've been to is the river going into it. And if I hadn't mentioned this before, we are dyeing the river green again later on this afternoon. pretty neat. So the mall opened in 1988, the 20-year anniversary of Hemisphere 68, the World's Fair. But over the years, I've seen this mall grow and expand, just like the city, the Riverwalk. So it's now altogether a little over 1 million square feet. And it includes a lot of fun attractions for the kids. Over here to my left, on the other side of this wall, the new section. Go down this hallway, you get the Legoland Discovery Center. Yeah, a lot of fun there. Sea Life Aquarium, the city's only underwater tunnel. And those places close at 5, the last entry at 3 p.m. Mall closes at 9 tonight. And what stays open till 1 or 2 a.m. I forget which tonight. And then during the week, like tomorrow, then it'll be midnight. Is the Dave and Buster's at the end of that hallway for the kid and all of us, right? And every day but today, they have happy hours. So if you go tomorrow, 9 to 11, they got a happy hour. You can have some drinks, play some games. And then you open up the door on the outside, and there's the Alamo. So that's one more thing to tell you about the mall here. So right to this part to pass before we take off. Is behind me, the original part of the mall is an Alamo-related attraction. Definitely check out this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. It's our IMAX movie theater that plays a very special 45-minute IMAX film about the Battle of the Alamo called Alamo, the Price of Freedom. And it too is in Guinness World Records for being the longest playing IMAX film in history. May 1st, 1782, they come back to the river, and this time stay to build the first of those 5 missions, what we now know later became the Alamo, giving the new name of the river to both the town, San Antonio, and the mission, calling it Mission San Antonio de Valero. Now you see how it all nicely ties together right around the river. June 13th in St. Anthony, the Alamo and San Antonio from the very beginning, even before it was the Alamo. You see, it helped to start it all and give us the name. So to recap, it was named by Spanish missionaries for a Portuguese priest who died in Italy. How about that, guys? We got 3 different countries helped give us our name before the town even began. And you know, in the 300 plus years since, we've had many, really dozens of different countries and cultures, ethnic groups, all contribute to our rich cultural history. And I've seen it here on the boats in my years of doing this fun job, and I've gotten to meet people from all over the world, taking tours of my boats. In fact, I've had people from every single U.S. state, every single continent, and well over 70 countries. As I like to say on my tours, wherever y'all are visiting from, I deem you all honorary San Antonians for taking this journey with me today. This beautiful spring day. So, as we get set to leave this man-made section, come over here, do some shopping as well, local vendors. We'll take that left turn and go back to the natural part of the river to dock the boat. I do thank you guys for coming. I hope you had fun, learned a few things, had a few laughs. If you did enjoy yourselves, which I certainly hope so, that's always my goal. Tips are not only allowed and accepted, but tipping the boat captain is, of course, always very much appreciated. And I do appreciate each and every one of you coming out here, giving me your time and attention so I can share with you a few of the highlights of my hometown. So as we dock the boat, I need everyone just to stay seated a little bit longer while I tie the boat down with the rope. And I'll let you know when it'll be safe to stand up.
Celebrating our St. Patrick's Day still in the Riverwalk down here in San Antonio. Must be a lot of Irishmen here in San Antonio. They celebrate all weekend long. Oh, they're throwing beads. All right, we got some green beads coming. Woohoo! 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 Yay! Woo! Woohoo! Looks like we got our last float coming up. Maybe not. There's more on the horizon. All right. Here we go. There's more coming. Yeah. Oh. Be careful, Fran. Be careful.
Huh? I got him right here. Well, yeah.
All right, here's our lucky winners of the Budweiser necklaces. All right, Fran and Gloria. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hi there. Hope you enjoyed that video. I know we sure had a lot of fun. Joining us was Fran and Gloria, some friends that we met at a campground, and they wanted to see the Riverwalk, and so did we, so off we went. What a great time that sure was. Well, these two guys on each side of my shoulders here are both blue and gold macaws. This is BG over here, stands for beautiful girl, and then over here is Penelope. And these guys travel with us, for those that didn't know. We have 6 parrots all together that travel with us and 3 dogs. So it's quite the journey. We hope that you're going to join us and continue on with us throughout our journey. We have more videos coming up about Texas, and then we head on into Colorado. So come along and join us. We're going to have lots of fun. It is a wonderful time on the road. So I hope I see you out there.